Hi guys, I'm Jennifer and welcome to my channel, Mint Green Gypsy. Today I have 3 simple projects for you and I hope they inspire you to create your own versions. For this first project, I'm upcycling a tin can and turning it into home decor. I'm using Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Raw Silk, and I'm adding Salt Wash, which is a texture medium. I'm not measuring the paint or the salt wash, I'm just mixing the two to get a thick consistency that I'm happy with. I'm using a round brush and I am stippling on the paint mixture, covering the entire tin can. All I needed was one thick coat, and then I'm going to set this aside and let it dry overnight. Moving on to the next step, I am rolling a ball of air dry clay to a flat circle, making sure it's thick enough to be stamped. I am using Iron Orchid Designs Antiquities stamp, and I chose the stamp with the beehive. Now, I've never stamped air dry clay before, and I wanted to see if the ink would show up, but it didn't really make a difference in the outcome of this project. I used a plastic knife to cut away the parts of the air dry clay that I didn't want, being cautious not to stretch out my stamped image. I coated the back of the air dry clay with Aleen's Tacky glue. Apparently I did this off screen, and then gently press the stamped clay image onto the tin can. I wanted the tin can to feel a little heavier than it was, so I hot glued some rocks that I had in a bag in my shed used for gardening into the bottom of the tin can. I let the ink dry for a bit because I didn't want it to smear, and I'm brushing on a coat of clear top coat. This is Big Top by Debi's DIY Paint. I am giving the air dry clay and the entire can one coat of Big Top. After the Big Top had dried, I'm brushing on dark wax to the entire can, making sure I push it down into all the little crevices. I let the wax sit on the clay for a minute or so, and I wipe back the excess, and then continue this process on to the rest of the tin can. I thought some gold wax would look good, so I applied the wax around the top and bottom edge of the can. I had already hot glued in the floral foam, so I'm covering that with green Spanish moss and then gluing in some floral sprigs. I hope this easy upcycle of a tin can inspires you to make something cheerful for your home out of something that would have otherwise ended up in a landfill. The finished project is coming up. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have this little pewter colored bunny and I thought I would like him better in white. So I am giving him one coat of fusion in the color Casement. For this project, I needed the bunny to sit a bit higher, so I'm using E6000 to glue on a little cube I got at Dollar Tree. I wanted the small details of the bunny to show up, so I'm just going over him with a cloth I used to wipe back my dark wax. I found this little riser at the thrift store. It's made of metal and I'm giving it a coat of white wax and then wiping back the excess. I don't want the bunny to move around, so I am using E6000 again to glue him to the riser. Next, I use my hot glue gun to secure some green Spanish moss around the bunny. Guys, I want to take this moment to ask you to give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying this video and to consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss any future videos. Next, we are going to address the top of the cloche. I have a wood drawer pull and I am painting it with Fusion's Casement. I just stuck a dowel in the end of the drawer pull so it's easier to hold while I'm painting it. E6000 has a great permanent hold and I'm using it to glue the drawer pull to the bottom of a glass vase, which I have turned upside down and now is the top of the cloche. In a prior video, I had done a similar project and a subscriber suggested that I add an IOD casting around the top of the cloche. I thought it was a great idea and so that's what I'm doing here. I'm using the IOD Wild Berries mold and I am casting some air dry clay blackberries. It helps to coat your mold with cornstarch, dumping out any excess before adding the clay, especially with these molds with the tiny parts. I just press in the clay, remove the excess, and then turn the mold over while bending it back to release the clay casting. I let these delicate little parts dry for a few minutes because they were hard to handle. After they were slightly stiff, I added a thin layer of tacky glue and pressed them into place on the top of my cloche. For the next step, I am dry brushing Fusion's Bayberry onto the leaves and stems of the blackberry castings. I did the same process for the berries using Cherry Picked by Debi's DIY Paint. The finished project is coming up. Let me know how you think the cloche turned out in the comments. I picked these mini peat pots up at Dollar Tree. I am painting them with Fusion's French Eggshell, one of my favorite Fusion colors. I've had these faux wood buttons in my stash for a while, and I decided to use them today. I also found some thin cotton yarn in my stash, and I am just sewing it through the buttonholes in a cross-stitch pattern for some cute detail. I hot glued some floral foam to the bottom of the mini pots, and then I wrapped some twine around the outside of the pot. I tied the twine in a knot and then I hot glued the button on top of that knot. Next, I used hot glue and filled the mini peat pots with blue paper shed from the Dollar Tree. And for the final step, I glued these furry bunny picks into the floral foam at the bottom of the pot. Guys, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today and watching my video. I love to hear from you, so leave me a comment.